Welcome. In this playthrough of Marvel Champions, a card game, we continue on with Scenario 2, going up against Venom using Spider-Ham in the spider suit. So for villain setup, we've got Public Outcry out. Going ahead and put in the Smear campaign into our deck. Randomly got a Community Service, and then we'll go through the setup instructions here in a bit. We do need to find a Osborn Tech weapon to add. So give this a quick shuffle. And that is going to be some neocarbon scales. So surge, attach to the villain, reduce the amount of damage attached villain takes from each attack by 1. So hero action, give the villain a tough status and a face down boost card to discard this. So pretty nasty there. And then for Venom, it's got a scheme of 1, attack of 2, starts with toughness, vengeance, force response after you attack and damage Venom with a card you control. Place a face down boost card on your identity, 17 health per player on this one. One main scheme, letting us know what we're starting with, so we're using the symbiotic strength and down to earth. Set up, put the bell tower environment into play, quiet side face up. And leave us alone, force interrupt. When Venom activates against you, move each face down boost card from your identity to Venom. Starts with 4 threat on this one, 10 threat per player is our max. And the bell tower, so if there are at least 3 per player chime counters here, flip this card. It's an interrupt when any amount of damage would be dealt to Venom by an attack. You may place that many chime counters here instead. Then when we flip this over, we'll increase all damage Venom takes by 1. If there are no chime counters here, we'll flip this card. When Venom's attacks would do any amount of damage to an identity, remove that many chime counters from here. For each chime counter removed this way, prevent 1 of that damage. Then for our hero setup, I've switched roles here. So I've got Peter Porker or Spider-Ham going with aggression, and Penny Parker with her spider suit going justice. So Peter Porker, he's got a recovery of 5. After you make a basic recovery, place a tune counter on him. A hand size of 6, 12 health. Hero form, thwart of 2, attack 1, defensive 1. Each tune counter on him can be spent as if it were a wild resource. And the Spider Nonsense response, after Spider-Ham takes any amount of damage, place a tune counter on him, hand size of 5. And he picked up the retinal display. So our basic thwart power can only remove threat from the scheme with the most threat. Your hero gets +1 thwart, and your hero's basic thwarts ignore the crisis icon. Our regular thwarting by cards will do the normal thing. So we've got 2 power of aggressions, a battle fury, counterattack, combat training, 3 uppercuts, 3 piercing strikes, 3 relentless assaults, and then Spider-Girl, Tigra, Marvel Boy, and Throg. And our basic cards, we have our 3 resources, Scarlet Spider, Ghost Spider, and 2 team building exercises. For Penny, recovery of 4. Compatibility, get the spider suit on the inactive side. Maintenance, as an alter ego action, exhausts the spider suit to draw 2 cards. Hand size of 4, hit points of 14. Then when we flip to our hero side, thwart, well, 2 for thwart, attack, and defense. So resource, exhaust an interface upgrade you control to generate that upgrade's resources, and this is an interface. And basically, both of these are permanents that we cannot ignore the text in that box there. And then, of course, she got the compact darts. Hero response, after your hero attacks, remove a dart counter from here, deal a damage to an enemy. Alter ego action, spend a resource of any type, place 3 dart counters here. Then for justice, we have a sense of justice, heroic intuition, justice served, skilled investigator, under surveillance, spycraft, 2 overwatches, then 3 multitasking, 3 clear the areas, Spider-Woman, Lady Spider, Agent Coulson, and Spider-Man. Then our basic cards, we have our 3 dual resources, Web of Life and Destiny, Spider-Man Hobie Brown, Spider-Man Peter Parker, and Spider-Man Otto Octavius. All right, finish shuffling our encounter deck. And then going through our reputation track, we made it to 5, so we've got our Osborn Tech in there. Got that shuffled in, and we're going to place an additional threat per player in the main scheme. So instead of 4, it starts at 6. And then on the good side, we've got our tech upgrades, and we get an additional mulligan. So starting with Penny Parker, And 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Skilled Investigator, Psychic Link, and All Systems Go. That'll help us find something. We'll go ahead and pitch those 2. All Systems Go and Spider-Woman. We'll pitch those 2 with our additional mulligan and end up with this. And for Peter Porker, one, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, Power of Aggression, our Hammer, Ham It Up, Combat Training, Ghost Spider, and a Piercing Strike. I'm not thrilled about really any of these, but we'll keep those 3 just in case. Daily Beagle, Uppercut, and a Pig. Then we're just going to pitch and see if we get some double resources or something awesome. Nope, just more resources to spend. All right, we're going to exhaust to draw 2 cards. Go ahead and flip over. All Systems Go. We're going to search our deck and discard pile for an interface upgrade and add it to our hand. We want our little spider friend. There we go, Host Spider. All set as a resource to bring in our Psychic Link. Hero Interrupt, when we make a basic thwart, we can exhaust this to get +2 for that thwart. Then we're going to use that as a resource to help bring in our Host Spider. It's an action, exhaust that to ready our Spider Suit. Then we're going to go ahead and thwart for 2. And over here, we're going to bring in the Daily Beagle. Exhausted, place a tune counter on Peter Porker. Go ahead and flip over, exhaust or thwart for 3. Then we're going to bring in some combat training. Play under any player's control, give him +1 attack. We'll play that over here on the suit. And end our turn. Keeping Ghost Spider on this side. Power of Aggression, Americat, Spider Girl, and Organic Webbing. Rapid Deployment, Sense of Justice, and a Lady Spider. So we're going to get 3 threat over here. Attacked by Venom, and we're just going to take it. Don't want to forget he is tough. So attacking for 2, 3, 4. Down to 10. Same thing over here, 2, 3 damage, down to 9. We grab a resource and counter cards. All right, Enraged Symbiote, Schema 1, attack for 2, 2 health, guard and patrol. That's all we need to know about him. And a Common Criminal, Schema 0, attack of 1, Surge, 3 health. It's an alter ego action, spend a physical resource to deal 3 damage to Common Criminal. This minion is defeated this way. Choose to either draw a card or remove 3 threat from a side scheme. And that's surged into. Now we're angry. Attached to Venom, it gets 2 rage counters. It's attacks gain overkill. Force response after Venom takes any amount of damage from an attack, remove a rage counter from here. So counters all over the place. And pass first player. All right, we're going to go ahead and bring in our Organic Webbing. So we get +1 thwart. It's a hero action. We can exhaust this, remove a tune counter, and ready Spider-Ham. It gains an aerial trait till the end of the phase. Then we'll bring in Spider-Girl, thwart to 1, attack of 2, 2 health. After you play from your hand, stun and confuse a minion. We're going to stun and confuse over here. Then attack for 2 to get rid of Tough. No damage was dealt. Then we're going to we'll take that back. We'll hold off a second on that. He's still tough. We're going to thwart for 4. Spend a token to ready and exhaust that. Attack for 1 to get rid of tough. Then attack for 2. We dealt damage. We'll get rid of the counter. But we're going to get a face down boost. Then over here we are going to spend 2 plus these 2. Bring in Lady Spider, 4/2, attack of 2 for health. After she thwarts or removes threat from a scheme, if you control another Web Warrior card, remove an equal amount of threat from a different scheme, but attacking for 2 to get rid of the symbiote. Then we are going to attack for 3 and a 29. Get rid of that token. Get a boost. Then we're going to ready and attack for 3 more. But we're going to ring the bell tower with that. And end her turn. Okay. Oh, we do get rid of one of these tokens. Let's see, we've got Agent Coulson and 2 web traps. And over here, team building, swinging web pig, piercing strike, battle fury, and some energy. So 3 threat. Attacking over here, we're going to take it for 1, 2, 5. So down to 4 health. Grab a token. Then this guy hits us for 1, down to 3. And grab a token. Then attacking over here, just going to have the Lady Spider defend, so base 2, 3, 4 damage. And counter cards. Hero, the villain attacks you, give the villain an additional boost card for that activation. Well, Spider Girl does have 1 damage on her. She's going to defend. So 1, 2, 5 damage coming her way, and she is out. And then over here, attach the villain. So spend 1 of each resource to discard this card. And pass first player. Hero action, we're going to spend 1 of each resource. So there's our mental energy, and we'll use this wild down here for the physical. Get rid of that. Then we'll use those 2 to pay for a web trap. Deal 5 damage to an enemy. If you paid for this card using a resource generated by a suit, we'll stun that enemy. We're going to put 5 over here. And stun him. It's going to flip the bell tower over. Then we're going to attack for 2 plus 1 plus 1. Oh, we did get a boost for that. So we're attacking for 4. Down to 25. We'll get another boost. Over here, we're going to thwart for 4. Spend a token to ready. Flip over. Spend a physical resource to defeat here and choose to draw a card into a swinging web pig. Then we're bringing a team building exercise. As a hero action, exhaust this, play a card from your hand that shares a trait with your hero, reducing its resource cost by 1. We'll grab a counter, and then we're going to cover for 5 up to 8. Grab another one. Then we're going to bring in Battle Fury, play under any player's control. After your hero attacks and defeats a minion, deal damage to your hero, discard this, and ready your hero. And end our turn. We'll keep the swinging web pig, Marvel Boy, Genius, Scarlet Spider, the pig, and Throg. And over here, get our big 3 cards, Overwatch, Spider-Man, and Speed Metal Alloy. So 3 threat. Attacking over here, lose stunned. Scheming over here for base 1, 2, remove a chime counter from the bell tower. And counter cards. The villain's going to scheme for 1, and we're stunned. If you're already stunned, take 2 damage. And an enraged symbiote. Scheme of 1, attack of 2, and 2 health. Pass first player. We're going to heal up to our max of 12. Gets us a token. Daily Beagle gets us a token. Flip over, spend a token to ready using organic webbing. Bring in Marvel Boy. Sword of 0, attack of 2, 2 health. When he attacks, we can spend a physical resource to give him piercing and range. He's just going to come in and swing for 2. Take care of him. Then we will thwart for 4. Actually, let me be a little smarter on this. Before we do all that stuff, we're going to bring in Throg while we're engaged so he can be tough. Take that back just a little bit. Then we're going to do some team building to make our next card 1 cheaper since we've got the cartoon trait. Spend 2 to deal 6 damage to an enemy and confuse that enemy. 6 is going to turn into 7, so down to 18. And confused, and we get a boost. So over here, we're going to attack to get rid of stunned. Do not have the resources to bring in Spider-Man because I have to actually be those, and I don't have energy anywhere. So we're going to pitch him to bring in the alloy. It's also to get +2 to our defense. Then we'll play Overwatch up top. When any amount of threat is removed from attached scheme by a thwart, discard this. Remove an equal amount of threat from a different scheme. Then we will ready. And hit him for 1, 2, 3, 4. Down to 14. Grab another boost. Then, yeah, I think I want him attacking me and not scheming with that many boosts. We'll end our turn. Although Spider-Ham's been doing good. Yeah, we're going to flip over. So that was exhausted. We can go ahead and recover 4. And over here, get everything ready. All right, drawing 4 cards. Spider-Man, Under Surveillance, Genius, and Multitasking. And over here, I don't think so. Hogwashed, Uppercut, Strength, and Counterattack. So 3 threat. So attacking over here, we're going to defend with Throg. So 1, 2, 3 damage. Get rid of Tough. Scheming over here, lose Confused. Counter cards. Surge. Give the villain a face down boost card. Cat in a Tree, Surge. Victory of 1 has an additional cost to thwart the scheme, take 2 indirect damage, and 6 threat. And I really want a hot dog. You may flip to alter ego form, and we will. We'll exhaust Peter Pork and remove a tune counter from him to remove this from the game. So flip over, exhaust, lose a tune counter. And then, for whom the bell tolls, remove 2 chime counters from the bell tower. If the bell tower is quiet, take a damage. If it's on the ringing side, which it is, remove a threat from the main scheme. And pass first player. So we're going to use this to draw 2 cards. Overwatch and Spider Command. We'll go ahead and discard a card to get 3 dart counters. Bring in Spider Command as a hero action. We can exhaust this and an interface upgrade to draw a card, or exhaust this and discard a card to ready an interface. So go ahead and flip over and ready. We'll use this as a mental resource for multitasking. Remove 2 threat from a scheme. If you paid for this card using a mental resource, remove 2 threat from a different scheme. Not sure if we take the 2 indirect damage or not, so I'll just go ahead and take it since we're taking 2 off of this one. Then we'll bring in Spider-Man, 4/1, attack of 2/2 health. Play only if we control a Web Warrior card, which we do. After you play Spider-Man from your hand, ready an upgrade you control. If that upgrade is a tech trait, to draw a card. We're going to ready this one. It's not a tech. We are going to attack for 4, down to 10. Grab another boost. Then we're going to ready, attack for 4 more, down to 6. Grab another boost. Then we will thwart for 1. And we did attack twice. So each time, not an attack, I'll remove a counter there so we can have 2 more damage over here. Then over here, use our Daily Beagle for a token. Flip over, spend a token with that so we can ready. Then we will forward for 4 and we're going to take 2 indirect damage, which gets us a token. We saved a cat in a tree, which is 1 victory point. And got rid of Public Outcry, another victory point. Then we'll spend 1 to help with an uppercut to do 6 damage, which is going to be 2 too many. So now he comes out with Toughness and Steady, Schema 2, Attack of 2, Searching Counter Deck for Tooth and Nail side schema, put it into play. After you attack and damage him, same thing going on there, 36 health. 36. Tough. Tooth and Nail. We cannot locate because it's in here. So we get out of that. Then we're going to have Marvel Boy attack. We're going to spend a wild resource, making him physical, so he's got piercing and ranged. Take care of that, down to 34. Get a boost. Then we'll play counter attack, max 1 per player. After you take damage from an enemy attack, discard counter attack, dealing an equal amount of damage to that enemy. And end your turn. Get everything ready. We'll keep, I don't think so. Cartoon Physics ×2. Relentless Assault and another Relentless Assault. Over here, Spider-Man, Ant-Man, Uncle Ben, and clear the area. 3 threat. Attacking here. We're going to defend for 4. And a whole bunch of boosts coming our way. Alright, we'll see, reveal this card. So he's got Overkill, so glad we defended. That gets 2 counters on it. See what special things are triggering. If this is an activation, it gains piercing, not going to affect us. Resolve this card's when revealed ability, remove 2 chime counters. If it's still ringing, remove a threat. Actually, we should have just put 2 threat on there, so it's down to 1. We got rid of that thing. All right, remove a chime counter. Should be putting these down here as I do them. All right, now to count up the damage. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 damage coming our way. We block 4, we take 4 down to 8. Actually, we're at 10. The first 2 comes off this, and we flip it back over to its quiet. Then attacking over here, we're going to take it for 1, 2, 3. 8 damage, ouch. Down to 2. Grab a token. Get some encounter cards. Enraged Symbiote. And Lashing Out. After Venom takes any amount of damage from an attack, remove an equal amount of threat from here. Comes in with 9. And pass first player. All right. We're going to thwart for 4. Spend a token to ready. Relentless Assault with a physical... Actually, wait a second here. We just took 8 damage. What was I thinking about? We're going to send that back over here. Sorry about that. 26. That was counted as an attack. Well, I forgot it. So 34... All right, Relentless Assault. We're going to deal 5 damage with Overkill. This guy soaks up 2, 3 breaks through. He took damage from an attack. Do your attack and damage Venom with a card you control. If he takes any amount of damage from an attack, it was an attack, so we'll lose a rage counter. I'm going to use Team Building to bring in Cartoon Physics. So in our identity, we'll take any amount of damage, discard this card, wiggle your body, and prevent all of 1 of that damage. He took 3 damage. Sorry, too many things triggering for me. Then we're going to flip over and heal for 5, so up to 7. Grab a token, and then the Beagle for another. And Throg to attack for 2. Down to 29. We'll get a boost. We'll remove that. He took 2 damage. I think we're done over here. So on this side, we're going to ready. Then attack for 3. Put that up here. Discard a card and exhaust that to ready and upgrade. Attack for 3. Flip that over. Let's see what kind of resources we got left. Go ahead and exhaust those. To help bring in Spider-Man, thwart 1, attack 1, 3 health. After he enters play, remove a threat from a scheme for each Web Warrior card you control, including him, which is 3, but there's only 1 up here. Then we'll have him attack for 2, down to 27. Gets us a boost. Throws that over. Do some shuffling. We'll take a damage. Then we have him attack for 3, down to 24. Get a boost and go away. And that's going to end her turn. Get everything ready. I'm going to go ahead and pitch that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ham it up. Piercing strike. Exercise. Tiger. Swinging web pig. Get an encounter card and shuffle. We've got one more card coming our way. Another web pig. Over here, get her 3 cards. All systems go. Web fluid compressor and strength. 3 threat. Scheming over here for base 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. So we're up to 11. Attacking over here, we're just going to take it. Actually, no, we're not. That could potentially kill us. We're going to defend for 4. So 1, 2, 4, so we're fine. We got lucky with that one. All right, counter cards. Smear campaign. Public outcry is in play. Place counters on it. If it's not, put 2 threat on the main scheme. Up to 13 there. Alter ego. Change to hero form. The villain attacks you. That's not nice. It's attacking us for 1, 2, just 2. Remove 2 chime counters. Still ringing, so remove a threat. So just hit us for 2. Down to 5, we'll gain a resource. And over here, the villain schemes. Yikes. 1, 2, 3. Takes us to 15. And pass first player. All right, we're going to bring in our web fluid compressor. So when we make a basic attack, we can exhaust that to get +2 attack. Then we are going to ready our suit, attack for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So down to 18. We'll get a boost. Then we are going to spend a resource to ready each interface upgrade we control. Then we're going to attack again. Oh, after we ready. Attack again for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So down to 12. Spend a token, which is going to do 2 damage, down to 10. Of course, we've got another boost coming our way. We'll attack for 2 more, down to 8. Get another boost card. Well, I think I can take care of 15 threat. So we're just going to do a swinging web pig, which is going to deal 6 + 1 damage, so 7, and confuse an enemy. So down to 1 health left. And then just rub it in. We're going to attack for 1 and take him out. Still had another web pig we could have played, but didn't need to. So threat got a little high there on the last turn, but everything else seemed to work all right. Took us a while to get our additional +2 attack on this side. Don't think that's going to end up being useful for me at all, but I am liking the retinal display over on this side. So let's see how we did here. Victory points in the victory display is going to be 2. No minions, so we're up to 3. No side schemes, 4. No threat on the main scheme. We definitely had some threat. Fewer than 2 acceleration tokens, so we're up to 5. And no defeated identities gets us 6. So we're going up to 11 here. Means each player chooses an aspect card in their collection from any aspect and adds the maximum number of copies of that card by title to their deck for the rest of the campaign. Record the title of that card in their aspect advantage section of the campaign log. Cards chosen this way do not count towards minimum or maximum deck size. And then over here for setup in player order, each player must search the encounter deck and discard pile for a minion, then put that minion into play engage with themselves. For each player who did not get a minion, they get a face down encounter card. So for these cards, I am going to choose Spider Tingle for Spider Ham. So as an interrupt, when you would reveal an encounter card, deal a damage to a web warrior character you control. If that card is a treachery, cancel its when revealed effects and discard Spider Tingle. And for the Spider Suit, we're going to bring in Silk. 41, attack 1, 2 health. After you play from your hand, if you control another web warrior card, search the encounter deck for a treachery and discard it. So that is it for our play against Venom. In our campaign log, we will record that we saved a cat in a tree. So next up is Mysterio, the magic let's keep shuffling our deck scenario. So as always, hope you enjoyed this playthrough. So please click on the like button below and be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.